we have about the zero based budgeting. So, zero based budgeting is a budget approach where each new budgeting period starts from zero. Unlike traditional budgeting, which often adjust previous budgets, zero based budget required a justification for every single expenditure. Suitability: zero based budgeting is considered more suitable for private organization. Basis of allocation: the allocation is based on justification of demand for each activity or project for each period of time. Each purpose expenditure must be depended based on need and potential benefits. Approach based budgeting employs a simultaneous top to bottom and bottom to top approach. In decision making, this implies that while overall objectives are set at the top, the detailed justification and decision packages originates from lower level and are then reviewed and linked by higher management. The focus the primary focus of zero based budgeting is on eliminating wastage of expenditure by thoroughly evaluating the necessity and efficiency of every activity. Objective: zero based budget aims to achieve several key objectives, including promotion of financial efficiency by ensuring that resources are allocated only to essential and effective activities. Triple E concept: reducing the fiscal burden by scrutinize all expenditure and eliminating non-essential one. This aligns with the principle of economy in the resource utilization. Effectiveness of project and activity by requiring justification based on expected outcomes. The process implied the outline a involved. The first is fundamental re-evaluation of all current and proposed activities as if start from zero. This involves stopping routine continuation of past practices. Then the formation and development of decision packages. These packages describe each activity, its objective, resource requirement, and expected results. Then ranking the decision packages based on their importance and contribution. The organization goals. This allow for resource allocation to the most critical activity. Relation to budgeting as a process. The zero based budgeting align with the view of budgeting as an exercise and process that involve estimating expenditure and allocating resources. However, it introduces a more rigorous evaluation stage at the beginning of each cycle. The potential adoption by government include a question about why zero-based budgeting was adopted by government of India and whether it is useful for the government and public sector, suggesting its relevance in the public central constant always. Then comes the performance budgeting. The core concept of personal performance budgeting is a budgeting approach that focuses on outcome and result of public expenditure, linking the allocation of fund to the physical progress and achievement of different milestone of the project. It emphasizes result rather than process. Its suitability. Performance budget is considered more suitable for government organization. The basis of allocation. Resource allocation in performance budgeting is based on performance milestones and the expected outcome and outcomes of our activity. Then approach of decision making. The performance budget typically employs a centralized approach to decision making. Resource allocation decisions are often made at higher levels based on perf- performance targets and achievement. Then the primary focus of performance budgeting is on time bound achievements. This is the key. The predefined objective and target, it emphasizes the effectiveness of public spending in delivering desired result. Objectives and benefits. The performance budgeting offers several potential benefits like linking financial and physical aspect of any activity. This ensures that financial input are directly related to measurable physical outcome and outputs. Then promoting transparency and accountability. Then providing legislative benchmark to evaluate any activity, enabling public scrutiny by establishing cost output ratio, enabling authorities to keep an eye on project, provide better insight of future planning by analyzing past performances and outcomes, efficiency by enabling government and timely management of finance, enabling better oversight of cost overrun in uh, uh, public financial management system pfms. In this constant suggesting a tool for achieving this efficiency. The shortcomings of performance budget. Despite of its benefits, performance budget also has limitation. It is a purely economic and financial, hence ignore the social aspect. This suggests a potential disconnect between financial performance and broader societal impacts, which might be considered in the social accounting. It also purely quantify technique and may not be possible for every administrator or manager to effectively quantify the activity. It also ignores the qualitative aspect of activity. This limitation highlights the challenge of measuring performance in various areas. Outcomes are not easily quantifiable. It can lead to highly centralized control, lack of active participation of subordinate, then less scope for flexibility and innovation like in zero based budgeting. Now we see the historical question. The concept of performance budgeting was conceptualized around 1950 by Dean Appleby. India realized its need in the initial phase of economic planning. In 1958, the first ARC advocated this system, and the third report of estimate committee in 1973 advocated it further. The establishment of a performance budget unit in the Planning Commission occurred in 1965, and it was implemented in a few departments in 1977-78, like in science and technology in before. So, first in Department of Science and Technology, then relations to responsibility accounting. Performance budgeting can be seen as a tool within responsibility accounting, where performance targets are set for responsibility center and accountability is based on achieving those targets. The interrelation with accounting, auditing, and economic principles. The accounting, both zero budget, zero based budget, and performance budget really on sound. Accounting principle for tracking expenditure, revenues, and performance metrics. Financial statements provide the data for assign past performance, which can inform future budget decisions in both approaches. The process of budgeting itself is closely linked with accounting as it involves estimate future financial activity. Then the auditing. The performance audit are crucial for evaluating the effectiveness and efficiency of program and activity funded through performance budget. They compare actual performance against planned target and benchmarks. Social audits can provide a broader perspective for social impact of government in spending, addressing a limitation of purely financial performance budgeting. Efficiency of audit examine the utilization of resource in relation to organization objective and align with the economic principle and efficiency. Then both budgeting approaches are fundamentally concerned with economy, efficiency, and effectiveness in resource allocation and utilization. Zero based budgeting aim for economy by eliminating unnecessary expenditure, while performance budgeting focus on effectiveness of spending in achieving desired outcome and the efficiency of resource utilization in relation to those outcomes. The concept of fiscal burden is relevant in the context of zero based budgeting aimed to reduce overall government expenditure. By using these budgeting techniques in conjunction with robust accounting practices and independent auditing organization, particularly government entities, can strive for greater financial discipline, accountability, and value for money in their